Good morning. Today on Spotlight, inside the entrepreneurial college of today and the future. What's the value of a higher education degree in today's workplace? And is the state of Michigan and our nation falling behind? We'll ask someone who has 4 degrees. Dr. Susie Siegel is the president and CEO of Troy-based Walsh College and a leading voice in the education community. And later on our Sunday morning program, we'll remember a Michigan Tuskegee Airman and Reverend Jesse Jackson's connection to Detroit. It's Sunday, February the 22nd. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Dr. Siegel, thanks for joining us. Good having you. First time on Spotlight.
Absolutely.
First time in our studio, right?
I know. I love this studio.
All
Thank
right,
you so
good.
much, Chuck.
Well, we're glad to have you. All right, and don't be a stranger to us. Let me ask you, I'm going to go back. You did a dissertation. I won't ask you what year. I won't date you in that way. And your dissertation was, I'm going to read it, Conceiving the Entrepreneurial College, Evaluating Alternate Operating Models for the 21st Century Higher Education. A mouthful, but typical for a dissertation. Yep. Entrepreneurial education and looking into the future. After giving that dissertation, were people optimistic or were they pessimistic about the future?
Very optimistic.
Okay.
And in fact, the institutions that I spoke with when I did the cross-case analysis were very optimistic, and they saw such a future with teaching innovation and entrepreneurial skills in higher education. Because whatever you do with your career, you're going to innovate, you're going to problem solve, and you're going to have grit. And entrepreneurship is a pursuit and a mindset. And when I think about institutions like Walsh College, it has had innovation and entrepreneurship in its DNA. And as we look ahead to AI and what we need to do to fill those gaps in the marketplace and train up the next generation, it will be entrepreneurial and innovative in the model.
So it would be very safe to say that Walsh College is very much embracing AI and this technological future that we're in, much in the way of the way the internet was some years ago.
Yeah, that's a great example and a great corollary, Chuck. We absolutely are. We offer AI at every degree level, at our bachelor's, our master's, and our doctoral. We have a PhD in AI and a DBA. Forbes ranked our DBA #1 in 2024. And our DBA has a focus in artificial intelligence, and that's been very popular. So we teach students the ethical and responsible use of AI because they are using it in the workplace, and our mission is to prepare our graduates for successful careers.
So you're convinced this is not just one of those flash in the pans, that AI is going to be with us for the foreseeable future until something more creative or better comes along that replaces it, if it ever gets replaced.
Until there's an AI for AI.
Right.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is a very large global investment in the billions of dollars in the United States, especially overseas, and Saudi Arabia as well, and other countries. And I think what we're seeing now is how to integrate AI and human work together to really leverage and amplify our future. And there's so much opportunity there in business and technology, and that's what Walsh does, business and technology.
And we should say, for those who have not been following all this, when we say AI, we're talking about artificial intelligence. But let's back up a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Walsh College so people understand the history, and then we'll get to some of these other things about the value of education today and where we think we are in terms of education today. Walsh College was started, I think, 1922.
Yes.
Where and when and what was the purpose behind it way back when?
Way back when, right? I know. Well, in 1922, Mervyn Walsh, our founder, who was the accountant for Thomas Edison. So Mervyn worked with Thomas Edison.
Not a bad associate.
Not at all, right? He kept the lights on so he could turn the lights on. And he founded Walsh Institute, and it was founded on the 6th floor of the Detroit Opera House. So we have deep roots in the city of Detroit, and we're very proud of that.
Right.
And the class
I think it was called the Capitol back then.
It was called the Capitol Theater, yeah. And that class had 6 women in the class at a time when it wasn't very popular to educate women. Right. And the first class was called Preparation for Executive Responsibilities. So I love the name of it. And then from there...
Talk about euphemisms.
Yeah, right, exactly. I know, it was very broad and timeless. It's really timeless. So it has had innovation and entrepreneurship in its DNA. And then we were there in the Detroit Opera House till 1970s. And then when the requirements shifted to sit for the CPA exam, because Mervyn was preparing students to sit for the CPA exam, the very first female in Michigan to qualify for as a CPA, Grace Drimmer, was educated through Walsh Institute, and we're very proud of that. So when the state changed the regulations that you needed a 4-year degree in order to sit for the CPA, what did Mervyn do? He innovated. He said, okay, we're going to become a college, but not just any college, Chuck. We're going to become a college that partners with community colleges, so we don't do those first 2 years. We partner with our community college partners and take students to do upper division undergrad and then grad, doctoral, PhD from there.
If the founder were here today looking at what Walsh College has become, do you think he would say they've remained true to the mission that I founded this school for? Or would he say, holy smoke, what in the world have we created?
Well, he would probably be very amazed to see Walsh 103 plus years later thriving. And our mission is that we prepare business and technology. We provide a transformative business and technology education that is rich in theory, application, and professional experience to prepare our graduates for the jobs of today, tomorrow, the future. So what we're doing is consistent with our mission because we teach business and technology. And I love how many times, like, we have this incredible history where you'll see, and we have this beautiful history book that is from 1922 through time, and they say that Walsh had to change to survive. And he was very resilient, and the whole college has been so resilient through so many times. Like even during COVID, you know, I applaud our faculty and our college. I came in the middle of it, but they already were able to go and adjust to do online education because we've been doing online education since the 90s. So much of that innovation and entrepreneurship has given us the grit and resilience to solve problems, to see our students and alumni thrive.
Very quickly before we go to the break, is online education growing by leaps and bounds?
Yes, and I would say it's growing not only in the sense of more colleges are embracing it, but even the types of online, right? Because you have asynchronous where you're in, you know, you're not really interacting live, and then you have what we're doing here, and then you have it on Zoom, and we have on campus connected classrooms, so students can be sitting in the classroom or they can be home dialing in. There's a virtual synchronous component. So I think you're seeing, and AI, by the way, will take that online education and make it even more interactive and even more engaging. And that's another piece that Mervyn wanted to do. He wanted to make sure, and that's part of our mission, that we are teaching real world learning for real world results. Our professors are practitioner professors. They have experience in the areas they teach. So not only do they have the terminal degrees, they're academically qualified, they have experience so you can hit the ground running with the information you learn in class.
All right, that's Siegel. They're telling me I got to get to a break. We'll come right back and we'll kind of turn our attention to the value of education today. We'll be right back with the leader of Walsh College right after this. And welcome back to Spotlight. Dr. Siegel, next week, President gives his State of the Union address. The Governor gives her final State of the State address. I imagine one of them, if not both of them, will mention the word education in there somewhere, hopefully. What is the value of an education today?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. It is immense, and it's both the degree of value that you earn, and Walsh College, our degrees have high value. It is also the human being you become in the learning process. So we know from neuroscience and neuropsychology that the brain changes as you learn, as you evaluate problems and situations from various perspectives, which is the essence of higher education. So we're literally training our brain how to learn, how to think differently, and how to innovate. And education, a degree of value like at Walsh College, opens doors of access and opportunity. So many times our students will tell us, I hear this all the time from alumni saying, there were so many doors that opened for me because I came to Walsh College and because I was learning and growing. So there's a lot of debate out there, and you know, we've heard it for years, the value of a degree versus going into a job right away. And you know, both paths you can be successful, but when you look at the data, when you look at salary data, and this is pulled from workforce development studies, it's pulled from Forbes, it's pulled from even US News, you will see that having a college degree and then a master's and then keep going on, you will have higher return on that investment, higher salary, higher life satisfaction, and more jobs where you can take on more responsibility and have more impact. The value is there. It's just making sure we're delivering it to students in a method that works for them.
President Segal, you obviously like learning. You have a law degree, you have a PhD, you have an MBA. If a young person comes to you today
Yes.
and looks at your resume and says, okay, she's got 3 degrees, really 4 if you take in the undergraduate degree and some other certificates, is it worth my time to pursue any of those type of higher degrees? And is it going to financially pay off for me? Because parents oftentimes put pressures on their children and say, major in something where you can get a job when you come out so you can eventually get out of my house and be able to earn your own living. And you also have parents say, do what you love, but hopefully what you love will be able to pay your bills.
Yes, okay. So 2 parts to that question. One is it worth it? The data says yes, that over time, so the first job you get isn't necessarily the most highest paid salary, right? Like you might advance in the career, you'll get a promotion. But over time, the income levels, I mean, it's like $2 million more over time for folks that have earned a master's degree. I think it's over $1 million for those that have bachelors. So the ROI is there. Now, what type of degree are you earning is important. Business, technology, STEM fields like engineering, those have high ROIs because those are so technical and you can make such massive impact. So to the parent that says, well, do what you love and I want you to make sure that you're working in your passion, business in essence helps you do what you love. Nobody goes into business just to crunch numbers for fun. It's to advance a mission of another organization. So working in business, learning the business of how to create value in the economy and make contribution, you can do any passion that you want. In fact, we're seeing a lot of students that might have majored in art or they might have majored in a science or maybe a medical field come back and earn an MBA with us or a doctorate of business administration because they want to take that passion and that knowledge to the next level.
And should we be emphasizing to our young people even more the value of a trade education? Because many people say if America has fallen down somewhere, it is in the trades.
Yeah, certainly that has been a big conversation as well. I mean, the question I would have, and I think many are asking, is what effect will AI have and even AI and robotics have on trades? And so those are questions we don't really know. But being able to lead, to manage, to innovate, I mean, if you're in a trade, the best thing you can do then is as you're working, earn your education. And that's why colleges like Walsh that allow you to work while you're earning your degree. Our students, 95% of them are employed because they're working when they come to us. So we come alongside, we create flexible programs, online, hybrid, so you don't have to come out of the workforce to earn your degree in advance. That's the best of both worlds. So if you get into a skilled trade and you're loving it and you're making good money, then make sure you're investing in your education so you're prepared for the world of tomorrow.
What are you hearing from your students?
Oh, they absolutely love us. In fact, they keep coming back. I can't tell you how many of them are multiple graduates and multiple alums, but I will say I am hearing from some who are in certain fields that they are being asked to implement AI tools and they are seeing shifts in employment and retention based on AI. I talk to about 5 or 6 students, I would say a week. A lot of them I make connections on LinkedIn, so I always tell our students connect with me on LinkedIn, especially in the more online environment, and they are really happy about the applied learning that they're earning at Walsh, that they're able to deploy it right away in the workplace, but they also see the shifts coming with AI pretty quickly, and they appreciate that we offer that, and we also have it in a certificate program, because I've had some students come back and say, you know what, I know how to use chat, I know how to use Gemini, but I know I don't know what I need to know to really effectively implement this for my company, and we're able to help them.
All right, we need to take one more break. We'll come right back, and I want to talk about whether or not we are pricing our young people out of education, and do we need a new model? We'll be right back. Stay with us. What are you hearing from faculty?
Yes.
Those who teach our students.
Yeah, well, first of all, our faculty are absolutely incredible, and the interaction between faculty and student is so important at Walsh. So they know our students very well. They love seeing them excel. In fact, we have 2 students that just won an award through the Financial Executives International, and they're going to be receiving that next week. And they say that our students come prepared, they come ready for class, they're engaged, and they definitely want to make sure they're applying what they're learning. And that environment, I mean, every time I talk to a student, they have a story about an amazing class or a faculty member that really helped them along the way. And that's what I love about our faculty. They love working with and engaging students. It's a different model than a research institution where there's more research and not as much teaching and learning.
Madam President, are we pricing our young people out of a good education these days because the costs and the debt that many of them incur by the time they finish that degree is astronomical? And if Governor Whitmer was sitting where I'm sitting and you're looking across the table from her right before she does her State of the State, what would you tell her she needs to know and say?
Sure. So actually, we just talked about this because her draft budget proposal did have some cuts or reductions, or let's just say even numbers. I mean, I think she kept the funding even for public institutions. So there seems to be an awareness that, we need to make sure that we're really doing a good job, not we want to fund education, but we really need to ask education to look at their model and what are they delivering for the students, and making sure that we're not creating a situation where there is debt, whether for the citizens who are paying taxes or for the students. So at Walsh College, we're not worried about that in that sense because our students do not take out exorbitant debt. We have some generous scholarships through our foundation and our donors that offset the cost of tuition. So it depends on the institution and it really depends on the model. And we have a very lean pricing model because we want our students to say, not only do I not need to take loans, they can, but with our scholarships, we offer payment plans. A lot of them are funding this as they go. And tuition reimbursement. Like, I think there's such an opportunity for companies and organizations. We have an incredible partnership with the Detroit Chamber of Commerce. We have an incentive pricing for people that are members of the chamber, companies, for their people to get education through Walsh. So I think there's opportunity for corporate partnerships to step in along with scholarships and donor dollars to help fund education. We can do it together.
Broadly speaking, as a state, as a nation, are you concerned that we're falling behind in education compared to other nations?
Yeah, I mean, that is something that we hear a lot of discussion about. I'm not personally concerned because I believe in America and the resilience of Americans and education. And I think right now with the global expansion in education, it's really hard to distinguish between what's the degree here and what's one over there. But I think we have such an opportunity to lead. There is nothing like an American degree, and we know this because our international students absolutely love to come and earn a Walsh College degree from the United States and having that strong brand. So no, I think our brand is strong. I do think, though, we have to stay competitive and we have to look at what are we delivering? Are we delivering market-aligned programs? And at Walsh, we are. We make sure we get industry and peer feedback, and with our faculty being practitioners, that helps as well. So we have to stay on the edge of that. It's always something to be monitoring, but I think America and the United States will stay in the lead.
All right. Dr. Siegel, thank you so much for coming in. It's a pleasure talking with you. Will you come back?
Absolutely.
All right, we will do that. And when Spotlight returns, remembering a military pilot and an American leader. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And finally today, our condolences to the family and many friends of Sergeant Cleveland Jonathan Williams. The Dearborn Heights resident was the last of Michigan's documented original Tuskegee Airmen, having proudly served as a pilot under the famed 99th Pursuit Squadron. He was born and educated in the city of Detroit and passed away on February 4th at the ripe age of 100. May he soar with the eagles. And Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, affectionately known as the country preacher. He will be remembered as one of the most prominent civil rights, political, religious, and business leaders in American history. During his career, the Chicago resident who founded Rainbow Push made countless visits to Michigan cities and rural areas, fighting for various causes and campaigning for president in an industrial state which he won the Democratic Presidential Caucus in 1988. Through the years, I interviewed him several times about a wide range of issues. One of the most memorable was on Spotlight at our downtown studio in the summer of 2018, when two of his legendary friends had transitioned within just a few days of each other: Detroit songstress Aretha Franklin and Arizona Senator John McCain.
But the joy is in the legacy of service. Aretha sang at the top of her for 60 years. I remember the night, 1958, when Reverend Franklin said, "My daughter can sing, I want you to hear her sing." She sang Never Grow Old.
Indeed she could.
And like a star was born right then, like something came out the heavens. And he finally sent her away to school, to New York, for more training. The two Columbia albums, she dedicated one to Dinah Washington. She just never stopped growing and never stopped serving.
You aren't a bit surprised by the outpouring across America, across the world for her, lines wrapped around the African American History Museum.
It's all tied into the Franklin legacy. You know, her father, before that was a Martin Luther King as we knew him to be, that was a C.L. Franklin. Before that was a television and internet as we knew it. On Sunday night, WLAC Nashville, Tennessee was Reverend C.L. Franklin. The Eagle Stirred the Nest, In the Conflict, the Prodigal Son, the great sermons of our time. And she was his daughter. And for long as she was his daughter, then she grew and became something more phenomenal than that. In her service, she supported Coleman Young for mayor at the time when it was dicey. She supported John Conyers for Congress when it was dicey. She supported Dr. King, and he was on the war attack. She supported Mandela and Barack. She had no sense of, no qualms about risking that which made sense to her. Politics on the right side of history. On his last act was to cast a vote to save affordable health care for people. There's something special about John McCain, and I appreciate it and revere him very much. And I think that he deserves the honors he's receiving.
Dr. King first delivered his I Have a Dream speech in this city before he went to Washington.
And Reverend C.L. Franklin was leading that march. Aretha's father led that march. He marched here before D.C. I Have a Dream speech here before doing it in D.C. So Detroit and labor has a very special place in Dr. King's heart. And with the Franklin, when I came here for Dr. King, I was staying at Reverend C.L. Franklin's home. I woke up one morning, on a Sunday morning, and I heard this noise I thought it was noise downstairs. Aretha was downstairs doing a playing on the piano. I mean, can you imagine?
Wow.
Can you imagine waking up in the morning?
No, I can't. No, I can't. My wife can play piano, but she would not want me to compare her to Aretha Franklin in any stretch of the imagination.
It was a joy to know Aretha that well, that long, and to be part of the family.
Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson died last week at the age of 84. May he rest in peace. I'm Chuck Stokes. Have a good week.